Hi there. If you love our show, you'll love The Dream. You may have already heard about the first season of The Dream, which went deep into the world of multi-level marketing. FYI, guys, I started listening to the first season because of this ad read, and this is amazing. So now, this season on The Dream, they investigate an industry that's just as shady, wellness. Natural oils, healing crystals, detox juices, buzzy exercise classes, magic little pills, all the things that are constantly promoted by celebrities, influencers, new moms, and everyone in between. But are these products and the people who make and sell them actually rooted in truth, science, or even honest intentions? Who benefits and who loses from the world is the big question this season on The Dream, hosted by Jane Marie. Listen to The Dream now on your favorite podcast app. You guys are literally going to love it. This is my jam. This stuff is literally my jam. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Blame Me. This is an advice podcast. We have a fantastic guest we've already been talking to this whole time because we all have friend crushes on her. It's Kamie Crawford.
Oh.
You guys might, I mean, if you're watching, I said I wasn't going to say how pretty you are, but I told them, I was like, you guys look at her, like she's like, and your Instagram's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I am
it takes so much time.
It does. And I'm an asshole about Instagram. Like I have presets. Like I sell presets.
Oh no, I don't do that. Where
like that's
too far.
Oh no, yeah, because I'm insane.
Leo.
But 100%. Also, you are now on the list of, I think it's now 3 Scorpios who I don't hate. Yeah.
That is special.
Do you like any Leos?
I had one Leo friend. She turned out to be a complete sociopath.
There you go.
We were friends for like 13 years and I didn't know that she lied to me about her entire life.
Oh my God.
Wow. And would like bawl her eyes out to me about boys that she had never even met.
Holy fuck.
So that's my experience with Leos.
See, that's my experience with Scorpios. See?
Just all psychopaths.
All fucking psychopaths.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. People always get mad at me when I'm saying like, yeah, I don't really get along with Scorpios. I'm like, because we're too similar and I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And therefore when I'm with someone who's too much like me, I'm like, no, I know you. I know your vibe. I know you're fucking crazy.
I know you.
You're like me and you're fucking psycho. And that's why it never works.
Away. Yeah. No, most of my friends are Virgos and
Virgos are great friends.
Scorpios.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I've got some Leo friends. I've got almost the only one I'm not friends with. I have no Sagittarius in my life. Not one Sagittarius.
I used to have one and then she turned out to be a psychopath.
Yeah.
So I had a sociopath Leo and then a psychopath Sagittarius.
And you're like, I'll stick to Virgos.
Yeah. And Scorpios because we just love each other and we just talk about how we're better than everyone.
Yeah. That's me and my Leo friends. We're just like, we're the best. This is crazy.
Yes.
But you have been on Catfish.
Yes.
And that is how we've discovered you. Mm-hmm. And we take ourselves as like the female catfish. And this is like, we just knew that you're going to be so good on this and giving advice because you're so honest and I love it.
It's like being a therapist without, I tell my friends, I'm like, I'm a therapist, but I don't have any actual qualities of being a therapist. Or liability. Or qualifications at all.
Yeah.
No one should listen to me, but they do.
That's why we call our podcast Don't Blame Me, because we're like, we're going to give you all this advice, but legally, you can't come for us. Yep. You can't blame us at all. And if we fuck it up, or if we totally misjudge the whole situation.
Yeah. I love that. Because I give advice and I'll be like, but I don't know. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. If you take it, go for it. But I'm just.
It's up to you.
Just put it out there. But you should do it, but I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. I should give you guys the number for if you want to be on an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And you can send us, if you're an international listener, you can record an audio message and send it to us at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. And I guess we should hop into giving some people advice.
Yay.
Roll the tapes.
Hello. Okay. Well, we're not supposed to say that. Okay. Well, my name is Anonymous. And I am 20 years old and I am a student in New York. And I moved from a small town. Well, it's actually not that small, but you know, it's Southern. And so I'm trying not to be identifiable. And I am an acting student. And I really have wanted to be an actor my whole life. I'm super fortunate that I have super supportive parents. Sorry, I'm watching the babysitting and I'm trying not to be late. Okay. And I am currently in junior year and I am kind of freaking out because I feel like I have no idea what the heck I'm going to do after college. And I know that my school has all these resources and I'm kind of freaking out because I just don't know what to do. Everyone's always talking about a backup plan and I'm just wondering is your opinion on a backup plan when you're trying to be an actor. That means that you are giving yourself a way out, or that you're not as committed, or if you think that it's like a really viable idea. Also, I'm almost halfway done with my junior year. My school doesn't exactly make it easy for me to have a minor, so like it's not a super viable option for me. But I can like take classes and other stuff. And I kind of wanted to be a teacher, but my mom said that if I'm going to have a backup plan, it might as well be something that makes money. You know, like if I'm not going to be making money, I might as well be an actor that's not making money. Okay, well, yeah, you know, but I don't really know what to do. I'm really freaking out. I don't know. I'm having like a I don't know, fifth life crisis. I'm like a fifth way through my life, right? Okay. Yeah, well, thank you. I hope this is under 3 minutes.
She's running late.
Shorty sounds like she is in distress.
She is.
She needs a cocktail, but she's 20.
Yeah,
so
and she's going to babysit. She's going to be a nanny.
And you had a whole minute left.
Yeah. And also, it sounded like you're going to get hit by a car. Like, that was...
Take a break.
Yeah. That was hectic. Did you go to college?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I have very Black parents, so I absolutely had to.
Yeah, I dropped out. That's not to go.
It was not an option.
I did not go.
Yeah, same.
It's not an option. My mom's Jamaican. My dad's from like Detroit and made it out the hood, so I did not have an option. No, I was going to college. So I went to Fordham.
Okay.
Well, my freshman year, I went to University of Alabama. That was like I'm going to do what I want.
Big Ten school, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
Football.
Yeah. Woo! I didn't know what that. I think that was like me throwing a ball.
Touchdown.
But I thought I wanted to be a dermatologist like my whole life. And then I got to college freshman year, realized that that's not what I wanted to do at all. Had a panic attack in the parking lot outside of my biology class, cried on the floor next to my car, called my mom and told her, I want to be on TV.
You're me, but I didn't realize mine into junior year when I was almost done. Like I studied biology as well, was going to dental school. So yeah.
See, my mom was like, thank you for telling me this now versus later. But who even fucking knows who they want to be or what they want to do? It doesn't matter. She's 20. You're 20 years old. You don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And also like the idea of like, oh, getting a minor. I don't know any friends whose like college degree, like aside from people who like had a math science degree and had to do something in that field. Most of my friends are doing something so different than their major. So I don't like a backup plan. You don't even have to really think. There's nothing you need to do about a backup plan right now. And I think like, I don't know. I also think like, I don't think having a backup plan makes you any more or less like dedicated to like what you want to do.
Exactly.
But I think having like multiple like streams of income, I think is the smart thing. I think like with acting and TV, anything like you have to put your hours in and it's amount of like hours you put in, but then it's also like sheer luck.
Yes.
And that's something that like once you start getting older, you're not necessarily acquiring any new skills because it's not something that you can practice. Yeah. Because you have to, someone else has to give you an opportunity. It's not like a self-starter. And so to a certain extent, a backup plan, I think you have to have something that's going to pay your bills. And I think it's smart to have something that pays your bills that you can continue to do for an extended period of time that you could potentially move like up in. If like, even if you continue to nanny, maybe you end up like, you realize a couple of years in that you want to work in daycare, you want to work with kids and do stuff like that. I think like, as opposed to getting a job, if the security for you don't want to get a job at like a restaurant or something that's like, I don't know, you don't have to get like a desk job 9 to 5, but I think like having a source of income is great. And also, not to be like so like actory, but any life experience is also going to like help you in your craft, quote unquote. Yeah. That I think like that's a good plan. But I think like moving to a city and then being like, I'm just going to audition and then hope it happens. That doesn't, I don't know anyone who's an actor who doesn't have, regardless of like a backup plan, it's more like, this is like, I don't know, it's like, this is my number one priority and these are the other things I do to support that priority. But at a certain point, if that's not going to happen, I have all these other things that aren't my backup plan. It's not like a whole separate career, but I have like a source of income. I have a way to do this and like I can change this into like maybe a career path later on.
Yeah. I think your passions can be your backup plan eventually. Like I obviously love being a TV host. I've been doing it for over 7 years. Like you don't realize how much work you're putting into it until the big break happens or like something major happens and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I deserve this. I've been doing this for, 10 plus years or however long you've been doing it. And you feel like you actually deserve it at that point. But I think that to make a backup plan of like, okay, well, I need to come up with something that's going to be impressive to my parents or like something that's going to make me $1 million. Like, how about just having other passions in life? I love graphic design. I model on the side. Like, these are things that make me money. I do social media campaigns and like, I would love to be an event planner one day. Like, these are things that I actually enjoy and love doing. So try to figure out what you like.
Yeah.
Like, if you even like acting,
Yeah.
figure out that.
Yeah.
Because if that's going to be your bread and butter and that's going to be like your main thing in the world, it's more important in your 20s to figure out what it is that you like and then move forward from there.
Yeah. And learn how to work too. Because I think like if you like going from being like teacher to actor, like the thing they're so different. Like as an actor, like again, like you're not like a self-starting kind of work thing. And I don't know if you have very supportive parents. I don't know if they're potentially like paying for a lot of like your expenses, but like get a good work ethic in. And like it sounds like you do your nannying, you're doing all of that stuff. But I think like the more like life experience you can have and like hobbies and passions that you like, you might find that, oh, I really enjoy this other thing.
Yeah.
And it could end up taking over. And also like it's going to be like an ebb and flow sort of thing. Like it's going to be like for a couple of years, you might like this and then you might like this and change that. But I don't think you don't need to pick one thing and stick to it. And if you can like have a bunch of varying interests and activities that you do, I don't think you're going to feel like, oh shit, well, I put all of my energy into this one thing and now it's not working and now I have nothing. Like just have all those other like little things. And you might not know, like I got really into baking when I was in probably like end of college, but mostly, probably end of college. And then when I dropped out of college and now I'm like, oh, end of college. I mean, sure. Okay, fine. End of my first quarter of my second year.
College didn't end.
I ended it. I tell her, I was like, so like when I graduated, and she's like, you never graduated. I was like, no, but when I was the age that everyone else was when they graduated, that's what I'm giving you that life point. But like, I always said like, I would then want to do something in baking, but like, I never knew, like, I didn't know that. Like, and it's not like I needed like a minor in anything like that. It was like something fun that I discovered that I really like to do.
Yeah.
And so I think like from there, and also, I think I will also say like acting in the industry is like, it's incredibly hard. And I do think if you have any sort of like second guesses, not at like, oh, can I do this? But, oh, do I want to have this life?
You're going to be miserable.
And I'm getting all this rejection all the time.
You're going to be miserable.
Yeah, so if it's not like your ultimate goal, it's gonna suck to see your friends have their 9-to-5 jobs, to like have all of this, like their regular schedule and their routine and their like work friends and all that stuff. And you're not gonna have that. And it's gonna be like really hard. Know that. And also know that like, if that's not your thing, it's fine. Like that's so fine.
And having a minor in Mandarin is not going to prepare you.
It's not going to change anything.
That.
No.
Because anything in entertainment, you can make it. And even after you make it, even after that big movie or whatever, it could be quiet for like the next year and a half. And you have to let your passion for that fuel the fire within you to keep on going, or you're just going to be like, fuck this. I'm going to, let me just go teach a second grade class, something I don't really want to do, but my mom always thought I would be good at it. Like, no, I'm honestly sick and tired of hearing young people, because I'm 27 now, but I'm sick and tired of hearing just people in general talk about things that their parents want for them more than they talk about what they want for themselves. Like we hear our parents, of course, like we grow up, our parents are like, you can be a firefighter, you're going to be a great lawyer. And you're like, I don't think so. Because I party every night and I don't want to study.
And fuck fire.
Yeah, exactly. And also I don't want to die. So like there are certain things that you know that you don't have the qualities for, but your parents say like you would be great at it. And so I feel like we don't learn how to just think for ourselves.
Yeah.
Even like politically, I feel like I know so many people who their parents are this, so then they're this. Like, what do you care about? What do you think? What do you believe in? What are you passionate about?
It's when you get to the age of realizing that your parents are like just people who like have the same knowledge that you do, and that all that before you're like, oh no, they have this, like when you become a parent, you get like this book of all-knowing power and all of this stuff, and then you get older and you're like, oh no, you don't know shit. You know what I know, and I don't know shit. So like, why am I trusting, believing you with everything? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to like figure out, but I think you'll figure it out. And also, if you don't figure it out, you'll go in between, and then eventually it'll happen.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens eventually, but just focus on what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that first.
And acting's not fun. I'll just tell you that. The audition it's not a good time.
I could never be an actress.
It's terrible.
I'm a shitty actress.
It's terrible.
And for some reason, like on press releases, they'll write Kamie Crawford, actress / I'm like,
Ooh.
what?
They're like, you've been on TV.
Yeah, not in that way. I'm not.
Acting as yourself.
I've been so good. I've become so good at just being myself.
Mm-hmm.
Pretending to be somebody else, I can't do it.
Oh, I love it. It's
can't
so
do
nice. It's such an
I
escape.
feel like I would love it, but I would be horrible at it. So there's no point even auditioning me.
Hi, Megan, Melissa, and guest. I am 21 and I am in college and I'm dealing with a really bad situation at the moment. I wish I guess I college, but basically I just graduated college and I'm roommates with this girl that I just met a couple semesters ago while I was still in college. And basically, backstory of it, she knew that I liked this guy, and then she started liking this guy, the same guy, and she ended up pursuing him, so I stepped back, and they dated for about 6 months on and off, and it was really toxic, and she was always crying, they were always fighting and arguing, and so they finally broke up, and she's moved on to this other guy that she's liked while she was in that other relationship. She's like this guy. And so now they're dating and they're happy. And she was telling me, she's forgetting about her ex and, she's really happy. And so while this is happening, she's with this other guy. I am talking still because he and I were friends with the guy that I liked that she dated her ex. And, he and I have been getting closer and we revealed that we liked each other. And we have since before my roommate and him dated. And so, that those feelings were put out there and we kissed and now I'm happy. It's like, okay, well now I have to tell her because I felt guilty. So I told her and basically, she screamed at me and yelled at me and said that I betrayed her and that I'm the reason they're not getting back together and that he doesn't actually like me. He's just with me because he can't be alone. Just all these mean things to hurt me. And they did. And so she told me that she needed space to make her decision because she felt that I chose him over our friendship. And so I gave her space, but instead of, eventually coming back to talk about it, she has blocked me on all social media and blocked my number. Even though we sleep in the same room together, she ignores my existence. She's doing little mean things by cutting the light off on me when I'm obviously, still using it and just taking forever in the bathroom and closing the doors in my face when I'm trying to get in the closet. I don't know, just mean things. And, I've talked to some people about it and they say, I didn't do anything wrong, but I just feel like I deserve all the things and I don't know if I should continue to let her do all these things because I feel like I deserved it because, I broke girl code. I don't know. It's just been a lot, and I really need some advice, Megan, and it would be really helpful if you gave some, but yeah.
I forgot that they live together because I was about to say she's better than me because I wouldn't have told her ass.
Yeah. But
I would have just blocked her.
Yeah.
And moved on
You
with my man.
You were the friend.
Yes.
You were the other girl.
Yeah.
You're
The girl that was in a toxic relationship with him and she knows better.
Oh.
Yeah. Really?
This is this I hate to age shame or whatever, but this is so a young thing of being oh, he picked me. This is great. And you forget the fact that oh yeah, he dated my roommate and he was so terrible to her and it was so toxic and she was crying to me all the time about it. And I've said before that you can have a toxic relationship without being a toxic person. You don't necessarily bring that into every relationship. But I mean, this totally sounds like that this is not a good call. And I think you did break girl code 100%. And him saying that oh no, I liked you before. Melissa was saying during the call, then why didn't he date you?
Yeah.
If he liked you, he would have dated you, not her.
What's that movie with Kate Hudson? It's always on E.
He's just not How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
No.
Fool's Gold, which everyone should rewatch. It's great.
No. The other one, the girl with the brown hair is in it. Okay. What's her name?
Well, what do they do?
Oh my God. Okay, so Kate Hudson is the friend of this girl who was in law school with this guy, and she always had a crush on him. And then he meets Kate Hudson one night. Is that it? Yeah. Playing for Keeps?
Is that always on E?
Something Borrowed.
Oh.
That's the one.
I was going to say Devil Wears Prada or Sex and the City.
Because those are the only things that play on E. No, Something Borrowed is it. And the girl goes with whatever. She's dating the guy. No, she's not dating the guy. She's in law school with the guy.
Okay.
And then she's like out one night and Kate Hudson comes, and then he had a crush on the girl. And then he meets Kate Hudson, and she
I've
was
seen
like,
this
oh
movie.
no, like, go. Like, you guys would be so cute together. And then they end up getting engaged. And then while they're engaged, he's like, but no, I really loved you this whole entire time, but you like let me go off with this girl. This sounds like this situation. Like, from the very start, when she told you that she was into him, you should have stepped it up and said, actually, you know, I've been into him, or I have been into him this whole time. Then you can decide from there who's breaking girl code or not.
Yeah.
Because if my friend tells me that she likes someone or has been liking someone that I now all of a sudden like, I'm immediately off of them because of the fact that my friend is
and I'm also
interested.
If my friend's into someone, I will immediately, like, they do not have a penis. They're not a sexual being. I think you are absolutely disgusting. I don't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole, but I'm very happy for you.
Yes.
Like, that's what it is. Like, I just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I also wonder how much you actually like him, because I couldn't step, if I really liked someone and someone else was like into that, I couldn't step aside.
No.
Like, in that way. That this to me just seems like, it just, I think it feels like maybe you didn't like him as much as you thought. You felt rejected. Then he came back around.
And you're like, I'm the winner.
I win. And it feels really great that he picked you. And I'm sure he's saying a lot of, like, talking a lot of shit on your roommate about, like, how crazy she was and how, like, it's always been you all along. But, like, if you, like, look at the fact that it wasn't you all along. He didn't pursue you. And, like, if he was that crazy about you, he even could have had, even as soon as she started pursuing him, he probably would have, like, just shut her down. Even if he was too shy to, like, pursue something with you, he wouldn't have gone along and dated someone else, especially someone who was your roommate, knowing that that could have fucked his chances over with you.
Yeah.
That, like, no offense, it just makes, again, I say this out of love, it just makes you look dumb. Like, he's pulling one over you.
Yeah.
Like, if he cared about you, he would have never dated your roommate, because if he really cared about you and also thought highly of you and thought, like, you were a great person, he would be like, yeah, no, she's not going to date someone who fucked her, who used to date her roommate and treated her roommate like shit.
Yeah.
And, like, he's just getting away with it.
And now look what's happening. You guys are turning on each other versus you turning on him together, because of the fact that, like, I think that the thing that a lot of people, especially women, forget is that men do exactly what they want to do. People do exactly what they want to do, but men in particular, when they want something, they go for it.
Yeah.
So they're not going to just let you pass on by to go and, like, hook up with your roommate. Like, that's not what they're going to do when they really, really want you.
Yeah.
So being an afterthought, I would just be like, screw you.
No.
Like, don't ever talk to me. Like, I would be offended
No, me too.
because I'm your second choice now.
Yeah.
Like, but even considering it, like you said, it is like a younger thing to just even consider the fact that, like, oh, well, he came back to me so clearly. And you have to be careful with stuff like that, because you don't want that to be the way that you handle relationships moving forward in life, because as you get older, like, people are married.
Yeah.
So, like, if a married man is approaching you and you're like, well, he picked me. Like, he's divorcing his wife. He's not.
No.
He's not divorcing
never
his
Know
wife.
your worth.
Yeah.
Know your worth. And
Yeah.
what happens when your roommate gets out of a relationship with that person, and then all of a sudden the guy that you both have been interested in this whole time goes back to her.
Yeah.
And you're going to be looking like a mug, as they say on Love Island, UK.
I think we just became best friends. No, did you see that
I
moment
did
on my
see
face?
it.
I had to look at you.
Yeah.
All I've been doing all day is telling them how much I need to watch Love Island. It's all I've watched the last 3 weeks.
So
it's
good.
so
I've dedicated over 100 hours of my life.
I got my boyfriend into it. We stayed up till 2 a.m. last night watching it, and now he only calls me bruv, and I'm his bird. He's like, sup, bruv? It's my bird over here.
What season are you on?
So I already watched season 1, but he'd never watched it. So now we are like halfway through season 2 of the
Oh my God,
British
I
version.
finished season
Oh
2.
yeah, I'm so excited.
Do you know what happens?
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Can I not give names, but can I tell you?
No, don't tell me.
It doesn't happen on the show.
No. Oh, wait. Are you mean about
Afterwards.
like the really sad thing? Yeah. I know. He told me. He looked it up, and then
That's my toxic trait is Googling
Fuck that.
people on Love Island
terrible
before
idea.
I finish the season.
I did that with season 1, and I was like, I will never do it again.
It's horrible.
No, and then my boyfriend's name is he did it, and then I was like, wow, this is way darker. I just found out how season 1 ended. You found out something way sadder.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
And then I
It's
couldn't
really
watch
sad.
the rest of the season.
No, it made me
for the same.
I know.
I was like,
I cried last night, and I was like, "You're fucking," and I'm just crying watching you fuck because I'm sad. If you guys don't watch Love Island, no one's gonna understand.
no, but you have to.
It's great.
I'm on season 4 right now.
Yeah,
So
it's a great show though.
it's an amazing show.
But wow, I really fully lost my train of thought.
This girl.
She's getting mugged off is what's happening.
You are. And also, like, this is just like, I think like when I was younger, and I think like thankfully people are growing up and like young girls are growing up in a much more like, I don't know, we had girl power, but in like girl power dressed Barbie. Like it was never like real feminist stuff necessarily. And I think like when I was younger, like I definitely had the mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna win, like of the competition between you and other girls.
Yeah.
And it's not a good habit to get into. And if you can kick that really early and recognize like when your friends and even people who you might not be like that close with come to you about like guys treating them like shit or drama stuff, like believing them and listening to them. And then even if like you can register and think like, oh yeah, my roommate's crazy and she's like so over dramatic, just knowing like, well, then I don't want to get into someone who's also been with like, who's dealing with that drama and that is drama in general, and avoiding that kind of drama. Because like you said, once you get older, the stakes get so much higher.
Yeah. And
it's just not worth it. And you're going to end up in a situation where this is going to be kind of your habit, because this is how this is how you're going to have those feelings for people, is you're only going to feel like you really like someone when you know you beat somebody else.
Yeah.
And then it's not about like your actual feelings for him. It's more about like, oh, I won.
And then that's where your confidence comes from as a woman, and as like a woman exploring different relationships. Being somebody's second option is not.
Yeah. No. And that's not in your control at all. And that's something like you don't want to put your happiness and like your value and worth in everyone else's hands, and something that you literally cannot control at all. Yeah. Because like no one's going to be careful with that at all. And then you're going to be like, well, fuck, I feel like shit all the time because it's nothing coming from you. But say deuces to this guy, because not fucking worth it.
And apologize to your roommate.
Yeah.
And just like move forward.
Yeah.
He's not worth it. He never was worth it. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not the exception to the rule.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Never. No one is.
No one is.
At all. It's like my cousin actually dated someone who like was married and then they fell in love and they were soulmates.
Same way you get them is the same way you lose them. So enjoy that. But it only lasts for so long.
Yep.
So it's not worth it.
Should we go on to the next?
So I'm 18 and I just moved out like a month ago, but I moved out across the street from this guy who he's my best friend at this point. Like he just is. And we also live right down the street from his ex-girlfriend. And they're both 21. He just turned 21 like 3 days ago. He's across the country, like having fun, partying it up, like with his family, which is cool for him. So anyway, we've been friends, me and this guy, we've been friends for about 3 months now, which doesn't seem like a long time, but like we just are such good friends. Like I know that like that's a long time for like me as an 18-year-old, but like we're just such good friends. It just is one of those things. We just clicked really easily. And he and his girlfriend broke up about a month into me knowing him, and he had been planning on breaking up with her for a while. He tried to break up with her like back in February, and then this time around he like broke up with her. She was like, no bitch, and like clawed him, and so he literally still has like marks on him from where she scratched him, which is disgusting, and physical abuse is like overlooked, whatever it a girl to a guy, but anyway, that's not the point of this call. So her clothes are still in his closet. Oh, by the way, he told me that he was into me like a month into us knowing each other, like the day that they like actually broke up. I definitely forgot to say that. Oops. But yeah, so like we've been taking it really slow. We know that like he just got out of a relationship. I've been like, I do not want to get in a relationship with you until you are 100% ready, because that is not fair to me. If like you're not ready, but you just want a relationship, and that's not her. And so anyway, her clothes are still in his closet, and this morning her car was in his driveway, and I don't love that. He's out of town, so like she definitely like put her car there and he's not there, and I know that for a fact. But her clothes are still in his closet, and some have been appearing in her closet, or in his closet, and she's over there just like with his roommate, like hanging out, because they're all friends. But like it's just odd that her clothes are still in his closet. So like how do I tell him like, hey, that makes me really uncomfortable, get those the fuck out of here, because we are going almost 2 months doing this, and this is still very scatterbrained, but thank you so much for your help.
And action.
She's like, Her clothes are in his closet. Her car is in his driveway. His dick is in her vagina. That is exactly what's happening. I hate to break it to you. He is not partying with his family.
He's not
partying with her.
With her. He is home.
In his bed.
He's in his basement. All the lights are off and he's in his basement and she's sneaking into the window and they're fucking.
They're fucking.
They're fucking.
Because no, I'm sorry. If a guy is done with you, like really done with you.
Oh yeah, I got a box of shit dropped off at my dorm room front door.
But like, you're not just gonna be like, well, you know what? He said he's done, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna go over there and just hang out in his room.
I'm gonna go suck his dick.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, no, don't suck my dick.
Just put a few clothes in the closet before you leave, at least. Like,
store your sweaters.
More clothes are appearing.
And she just lives down the street too. So it's not like it's a long drive for her to get home.
Oh yeah. Why does she
doesn't have a driveway? Right. Or a closet.
Or a closet.
Oh my God. You're so right. I didn't even think about that part. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
This is not good. And you just, he's lying.
Someone is lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I always think the immediate red flag with anyone, if you ever meet anyone who's in a relationship and they immediately go, yeah, my girlfriend and I are going to break up soon.
Yeah.
Nope. They're a piece of shit.
And I'm into you.
Yeah. And I'm,
by the way,
super into you. Like, they're a piece of shit. Like, they are a piece of shit. And they're not breaking up. Wife and kids, they got it all. Like, ugh. This is not a real situation. No, this is what you need to do. You need to wear all black, ski mask, and you need to get onto his property. You need to stake out and listen, like literally, do you hear music anywhere, anything? Follow her, figure it out, and you will see.
This is why this podcast is called Don't Blame Me, because you will absolutely get arrested for doing this.
But like also, like, how do you know that her car is there? Like,
because they all live on the same street. They all live in the same street.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say, what are you doing? You're
Is she
just
like
circling
sneaking
around?
like,
doing neighborhood watch?
At the door. Yeah. God,
this neighborhood watch.
Also, like, are you in a dorm? Like, that's like, how do you? Why do you all
it's
live
a driveway?
Right there?
So
why do they all live on one street? It looks very Stepford Wifey in my head.
Yeah, if you're in college, you're all like living in like the same neighborhood. You know, it's like condos.
What was the question?
What should she do about the clothes? What's that? No.
The clothes are like the least of your worries right now.
I think you need to, because no offense, I think like you're so blind to this because like literally the way, like the fact that you could say the clothes are like magically, it's not magic. Like they're appearing because she's bringing them.
He doesn't care that you're seeing these
clothes.
No,
he doesn't care. He's not even doing a good
he's
job
like,
to
I gotta hide it. Like she doesn't know. It's just as easy. So
I don't know why she keeps leaving more clothes. Every time she comes here, she just leaves more underwear.
You need to find that evidence for yourself to realize that like he's still doing her, and if that means sneaking around and seeing that he is not actually in Barcelona with his parents, like also
the pictures are from like 3 years ago.
Truly,
he's just like uploading pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. Like the idea that he's partying it up with his family in Europe, like
he's really
and
raging.
She questioned it because she was like, "It's good for him,
like,
I guess."
Good for him, I guess. No, because you're like, wow, that's weird. And it is weird because I don't think that's where he is.
No, because your best friend is fucking his best friend, which is the other bitch that lives down the street. Because that's his actual friend. You guys have known each other for 2 seconds.
They're fucking. And if you need the evidence, find it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would just say, like, don't, because right now I always hate to say this, but like, I get the blinders on, but like you look super dumb in this situation. And I think if you need the evidence, get it and then get out. Otherwise, if you don't need that evidence, just get out, because like all it's doing is going to make you feel absolutely crazy and think you live in the Matilda house because you're like, close. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just so confused. Has she looked through the clothes? Like, I would be looking. Are there
sweat stains?
Deodorant marks in the t-shirt?
Yeah.
Like, is it fresh? Is the call coming from inside the house?
Right.
What is happening?
Yes. No, I would do the exact same thing.
Also, like, you know that it's her specific clothes. Like, you would have had to ask, like, whose clothes are these?
She's definitely going on her Instagram, seeing what her stories.
I see that Brandy Melville top, bitch. I know what that looks like. But also, I wonder, like, why, like, at 18, like, why do you have, like, why do you keep shit at your significant other's house
that lives down the street?
She's 21.
Yeah.
She's
true.
older.
She's old. She's older now. But like, why?
I don't
Why? Like, this is dumb. This is so dramatic and dumb.
Yeah,
and like, this is also why like guys grow up and like I meet guys, not now, I'm single. I mean, I'm not single. When I was single, Mott's is listening like, what? Surprise. Fuck.
Single now.
No, will never
single
listen
when
to
you
this.
don't listen to this.
Yeah, I could just say that because will never listen. But like, this is how I meet guys who are like in their late 20s and early 30s and are so fucking dumb and like think they're being sneaky and getting away with shit. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, because from you have been doing this for so long and girls have been like, okay, for sure, magic. This is how men grow up to be adults where you're like, has no one called you on your shit ever?
Yeah.
It's
because
crazy.
they don't. Because they're like, yeah, so what do I do about the clothes?
No.
That the clothes are not the problem, friend.
He is the fucking problem.
He's the problem.
100%. And I bet you could even like ask this girl and like be like talk to her and she'd be like, oh yeah, we're still dating.
She'd be like, what do you mean? Like, that's my other closet.
But I don't even think she'd lie. I think she'd be like, no, we're still together.
Yeah.
Like, that's my boyfriend.
She literally put her claws in him. You think that you're gonna get away without?
Also, she's a Scorpio or a Leo, and I would stay.
1000%.
She'll fuck you up. Run away.
1000%.
I would.
He still has scars. That's what she said.
Leave her clothes where they are.
And
sis.
just
don't
run.
touch him. She
Never
probably
come
can
back.
sniff you out.
Yeah, she's got like all those cameras inside the house.
She's in the house.
Yeah,
She
she's
doesn't need
there.
cameras.
She's living underneath his
there.
bed. They're both in the basement. And also, oh God, I just want to know, like, are you it's so weird.
Why is her car in the driveway?
I know. Like, I'm also just picturing that they live 3 houses down. It's very Stepford Wifey, and the car is just there as opposed to here.
Yes.
And you're like, why?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why is she
What
parking
if it's a
there?
Prius and it's not even her? It's like there's just so fucking many. Maybe
The clothes are not the problem.
the clothes are not the problem.
So
at all.
don't.
Break up. Be done. Not that you're dating. Just be
You're
done.
not even dating.
This is
months.
so
Best
much for
friend,
3
though.
months.
He's not.
best friend.
No.
I know you can fall in love with people really fast. I've done it. It's a
Yeah.
possibility.
And then you hate them really quick,
Yeah.
too.
But it's not your best friend.
No.
He's not even showing best friend qualities.
No. And even like what I think like 3 months in, this is the time that I'm pretending I don't poop, I don't fart.
Yeah.
I wake up with makeup on.
Yeah.
Like I am like, if this is,
Duh.
he's
I'm
putting his
perfect.
best foot forward, this is his best foot forward. And you want to be
Yes.
with him? Can you imagine what the rest of, imagine 2 years in, what's it like?
He doesn't have an empty
It's a
drawer
whole-
or a suitcase he could put the clothes in
Like-
when you come over.
Or like a locked closet, like an Airbnb. Like he can't even just hide at all a little. No.
I'm just saying.
No, he's 2 years in, he's
She's
fucking
gonna-
her in front of
yeah,
you. And then he's like,
she's
wow.
like has a whole room that's at the house too.
Yeah, no, it's a model home room.
Yeah.
It's just for photos and showing. No one lives here.
Yeah.
And then he's just fucking her, being like, you didn't see anything. It was magic.
And she's still like,
think
what do
about
I
the
do about the clothes?
Like, he's so
There's like
dumb.
a toddler
my
walking around.
God.
It's like that weirdly looks a lot like you and her. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
I
talking
don't know
about.
whose
It's a
kid that
ghost.
She drops that kid off here
Feed
sometime.
the ghost.
I don't know.
Like, so no, we need to call boys on their bullshit because then just think about you're helping all of these other women
Yeah.
later on down the road, and
Girls are doing such a shitty job.
no, because we're just like letting them being like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, okay, fine, that's
Well, tell her
fine.
to come pick her clothes
Yeah,
up.
we're faking
bitch.
orgasms left and right, and now we're like, why is everyone bad at this? Why aren't you going down on me more? And you're like, oh, okay, cool, because I lied. It was like, for sure.
Yeah.
When I give you a hand job, I also finish.
Yes.
Like, it's just
So excited.
we're
mutual.
doing ourselves a disservice. But I mean, I definitely contributed to it when I was younger, but now I'm like, don't fucking do it.
The clothes.
I can't.
The emails. What about the emails? That's how I feel.
Truly. Oh, that's so funny. And if you need help, slide into my DMs and with her Instagram and his Instagram and I'll figure it out.
Well, because her first picture is probably them together
100%.
in his house, in his bed, in her
he's
clothes.
he's geotagging Barcelona, but he's like at his house.
Yes.
He just has like a green screen behind him.
Yes.
He doesn't even care that much.
No, he's
Hell
just on
no.
his rooftop with a glass of sangria. Barcelona.
And
She's standing like right next to him.
Yeah. It's one of those like
Okay.
hand travel photos.
Yes.
I saw someone take one of those and I was like, you look so dumb. She's like, and she was like leaning so far back and her boyfriend was like,
Oh my! Her boyfriend is like, I hate my life.
So fucking pissed about it.
I took one of those with my sister.
Oh, that's cute,
that's
though.
cute, sisters.
She's my sister. She's never leaving me.
Yeah.
That's different.
Very different. My boyfriend would kill me.
My boyfriend's not doing it.
No. Hell
Ever.
no. Anytime I ask him to take a picture, he's like, we'll take 3 and not even look. He's just looking around me like,
Yeah.
okay, we're done.
I'm still upset about the clothes.
Me too. I can only think of Matilda now. I really want to watch it. Okay, guys, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back. Life is stressful enough. Luckily, getting birth control is one less thing that you have to worry about. With Pill Club, you'll never have to schedule an appointment or wait in line at the pharmacy ever again. Waiting in line at the pharmacy is literally the bane of my existence. I go at 7 a.m. to avoid this, but now I don't have to because Pill Club is a birth control subscription that is delivered straight to your door. Most prescriptions are free with insurance or Medicaid, but it can be as low as $3.99 per month without. Shipping is free and it is always discreet. And Pill Club schedules delivery so you always have your next dose on hand before you need it. So skip the office visit and the line at the pharmacy and join the club. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/blame, our listeners will get a special care package with every delivery. That's thepillclub.com/blame to get your first birth control care package. Remember, thepillclub.com/blame. Connect with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment and get help at your own time and at your own pace. Anything you share is confidential, and it is so convenient. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions as well as chat and text with your therapist. And if for some reason you're not happy with your counselor, you can request a new one anytime for no additional charge. Best of all, it is a truly affordable option. Our listeners even get 10% off your first month with the discount code BLAME. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/blame, then simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/blame. Support from today's show comes from Hinge. Hinge is the only dating app that is designed to be deleted. There are no gimmicks, timers, or games. Instead, every match begins by someone liking or commenting on a specific part of your profile. That way, you can meet your most compatible matches and have unique conversations over what you've shared on your detailed profile. No wonder why it's a dating app for people who want to get off dating apps. And now, Hinge has launched its own podcast, which I am obsessed with, guys. It is called Ghost Stories and is about making dating more honest. Hinge brings 2 people together, one who ghosts the other, and asks them to be transparent. So episode 5, I just listened to, guys, and it is fantastic. First of all, I do something where I judge people based on their names, which we know listening to my podcast. And when I saw Tyler and Brooke, I was like, this is going to be preppy and this is going to be dramatic. So I'm going to give you guys a little synopsis of it. So the last time they saw each other, they were in their perfect shared apartment in LA. I was hooked immediately. LA, give it to me. You shared an apartment, already more dramatic. Now that they've both moved back to their hometowns, grown up a little bit, and have the opportunity to figure out why Tyler came home to an unexpectedly empty apartment way back when. I'm sorry, Brooke did what? So good, so dramatic. This is, guys, it's fantastic. If you are nosy, which I know you are because you listen to our podcast, you're going to love this. So check out Hinge's podcast, Ghost Stories, on Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. Okay, guys, we are back from our break, and we're getting to the rest of the calls.
Hi, Meghan. I am 22 years old, and I have a boyfriend who's 23. We've been together for 3.5 years now. So we kind of started off with the relationship where he didn't really want a relationship, and fast forward 3 months and we got together. So I'm calling in, this is kind of just the background. We fight a lot occasionally, and he's broken up with me multiple times as well. We always get back together, of course. He sells weed, and my dad found out about that. It's a huge thing, doesn't like him, so that's always great to hear from him. So the reason why I'm calling is, so I have recently been flirting with one of the guys at work, and I obviously told my boyfriend about it because I felt so bad. His answer was he knows that I'm a flirt, doesn't think flirting is cheating, which is okay, great. But I guess I'm just
at the point where I don't know what else to do. I really enjoy flirting with this other person. We actually, unfortunately, ended up kissing one night, which, I mean, wasn't that great, but okay. I guess I just don't know what else to do anymore. I really do love my boyfriend, but it's gotten to the point where I ask him why he wants to be with me, and he just says he doesn't know, or his answer is because, you know, we have good sex or he gives good head, which, thanks for the compliment, but that doesn't help me at all. Yeah, I just don't know what else to do. I also don't know if it's the new antidepressant medication that I started. I just started like a month ago, and I've been feeling a lot like this recently. So if you could help me out, that'd be great. Thanks, Meghan and friend.
Oy.
Girl.
Your boyfriend sucks.
But I also think like you're asking him why he wants to be with you. Like, why do you want to be with him?
Yeah, I don't think you guys like each other.
No,
I
I think this relationship has run its course.
Yeah, and
she was like flirting with the guy at work and wanted her boyfriend to be mad.
Yeah,
and he didn't
that's
get
what
mad.
she was
that's
waiting
a me
for.
move. That's
Yeah.
100%. It's like, hey, I'm flirting with someone else.
Yeah.
Like, hey, cool. I'd be like, what? It's not cool.
But aren't you upset?
I'm like, I don't care. I don't actually like him. I'm doing this to get a reaction.
She clearly doesn't. They kissed and there was no spark.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
There's nothing there between her and the coworker.
No.
She just likes the attention. And that's fine because people flirt and like, every human being likes attention, especially if you're in a relationship with someone, you're not getting that attention there. Everybody wants to feel wanted. But like, even going back to tell your boyfriend that you were trying to get a rise out of him, it didn't work. And now you're questioning his loyalty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This ain't it, sis. Like, it's... Neither of these guys are it. And I think like there's a hard thing that comes with like, and we've had calls like this before about like breakups when like nothing is like, there's no like blow up, nothing's like specifically wrong.
Yeah.
And so I think you're also trying to find like, oh, let me like maybe fall for somebody else. And so that can be the reason why you break up because I have feelings for somebody else. Like you don't need to, and you don't like your coworker.
Yeah.
You can like realize that like, oh, I like flirting. I don't like you because we kissed and I didn't feel anything, but like I like flirting. Maybe I want to be single. Maybe I want to keep doing this for a while because like, your boyfriend doesn't also seem to like care in a way that like I think you would want. You're clearly doing because you want him to care, and if he doesn't care, then like it's just like not. I don't know. It's just not it.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, I've been in a relationship like this where it started when I was 18, and we were together for 6 years.
Oh wow!
But throughout the 6 years, I was like, this is not working. Like we don't actually have anything in common, but like let me just keep with it because it's been a long time and like it would be cute to have like a high school sweetheart.
Yeah,
like
the idea of it.
What you don't realize is so much happens with you and your brain and just like your life between teenage years to your 20s. Now you guys are getting to like your mid 20s where your life is changing. Like things are changing and it's okay to be done with something.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like you said, there doesn't have to be like a huge fight or like somebody cheats. Like don't even get to that point. It's not even worth it. When I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, nothing happened. He didn't do anything. He's not a bad person. He just wasn't the person for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it also sounds like she said she's, dealing with mental health things. Like focus on that. I wouldn't even be focusing on which guy is. Neither one of them you're going to end up with.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are you going to be with in the next 5 years. So just cut your losses and keep it pushing.
And did you say that he broke up with you a bunch of times?
Yeah.
They've broken up several
Sounds
times.
like he's trying to get out. And then you just give him head and then he's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. I love it. And also when that's his response, I would be like, so do you want to break up? Like that to me, it's not, there isn't like a support there. And I think like, it sounds like that's, so for me personally, that's also something I need. Like I need attention. I need to know you really care about me. Like I'm not a succulent. Like I'm a demanding plant. Like I'm like a fucking ficus or something that like lots of water, air. Like sunlight. You can't leave me alone. Like I don't want, you can't just throw me in a corner and be like, I'll survive.
I'm the opposite. I'm like a plastic plant from Home Goods. Like leave me the fuck alone and come to me when I need you to like dust me off. That's my life.
Oh yeah, I need so much more. I want like a UV light. Like I want all of it. Set the temperature high in the room.
Yeah.
All of it.
vitamin packs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like in that you sound more like me in that situation. And I think like there's nothing like wrong with that. And there's something like a relationship can have served you for a certain point. He could have been that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's not that now, and that's okay. And it's not about getting back to that before and getting back to how it was, because you guys are going to be different and your needs are going to be different.
Yeah.
And if he's like, if he's just saying that that's the reason, like why he's with you, I don't know. To me, it kind of sounds like you're waiting, you're sticking around and like waiting for something to happen. And like, it might not ever happen. Like he might not ever cheat on you. You guys just might live like unhappily ever after. And like, I think that I don't know. I think you're both probably on the same page, and it's like a good idea to like take a step back from it. And like you said, focus on mental health stuff and like focus on yourself. And like, I don't know, you seem excited and you really liked the flirting aspect of it. Like when you're single, you can do that with lots of people all the time.
And maybe somebody you actually like.
Yeah. And like, I think it'll be better. And also like, you want someone who's like supportive and makes you like feel like wanted and good and nice. And he's clearly not that. And I don't know. I'm not here for like waiting around for guys to do that at all.
And if you're waiting for him to break up with you, he's tried. So you're not
and
letting
then
it
you
happen.
just give him head.
Let it happen.
And he's like, whatever.
Try letting him break up with you and then saying, okay, and then leaving.
Yeah.
Don't have sex.
No.
Sex always brings people back together.
Oh my God. On Love Island too. Every night. They all just fuck in one room.
God. Once they get in the hideaway, anything can happen.
Oh, fucking anything. Love it. It's so good. But yeah, be done. Be done. This is on to the next call.
Hello, Meghan, Melissa, and guest. I'm 22 years old, and the guy that I'm with is 34 years old. So I understand there is a 12-year difference. I'm okay with that. He is okay with that. My issue is I live with my brother. Well, like my brother and I live together. He's 19, and we pretty much stay out of each other's business. But I've been wanting this guy that I've seen to spend the night at our apartment with me in my room, of course. And I guess my problem is, how do I tell my brother? Like, I understand that he might suspect things. He also has a girlfriend that spends the night a lot, and I have no problem with that. But I want to tell him that I'm seeing someone and that I want him to spend the night, but I don't want him to tell our mom. My mom, I love her, but she's one of those, like, helicopter moms that, like, wants to know everything that's going on. And she doesn't know I'm seeing someone, especially at this age that he's 34. And I don't know how she'd feel about it. And I'm not going to tell her unless it's something really serious. So I guess my question is just, like, how do I tell him and, I guess, make him swear to secrecy to not tell my mom? I'm really concerned about this. Thank you very much.
If you are dating a 34-year-old who does not have a better apartment than you, why are you dating a 34-year-old?
This is my issue.
God.
The age difference, okay, but the fact that he's even comfortable with coming over to your apartment to
With
sleep
you
in
and
your
your
room
brother?
for your 19-year-old brother to be what?
Does he have a roommate? Is
It
he
sounds
a
like he has 3 or
34-year-old
4.
man? Like, if you're going to date someone who is, whatever, 10, let's say 10 plus years older than you, they need to have a luxury car, a fireplace.
Yes.
They need to have an air fryer.
Yeah.
They need to have no roommates.
Yeah.
They need to have a headboard, 2 bedside tables with
Crate
matching
and barrel
lamps.
wine glasses.
They need to have rugs.
The big ones with the long stem.
Yes. They need rugs. They need like a floor runner.
Art.
They need
art.
They need art on the walls that's not from IKEA.
Yeah.
And they and they need like a not even a vacation home, but like they go to Europe at least for 2 weeks every year.
Yeah.
And
yachting. They've been yachting.
They've been yachting. You can't date a 34-year-old who's like, yeah, no, let's go to your place. Like all my like 10 buddies are there. Like
your brother's cool.
like he's 19.
I haven't done laundry in like 3 weeks.
Like that's just like if you're it's just
gross.
No.
It's gross. I would not feel good about that. If I'm going to date an older guy and I'm like a young hottie.
Yeah, you better be, what are you bringing to the table? And also, here's the other thing. My gut thing would be like, don't tell your brother that he's your age. And if he's so old that he does not believe you,
that he looks
then
so
you
old.
need to find someone else.
Yes.
Like, there's just no reason at all. And I get, like, you're coming from, like, the perspective of, like, oh, we have a great connection. He's awesome. He's not coming from that perspective.
Yeah.
He's like, this girl is really young and hot, and I want to get there. And, like, it's just about the physical stuff. And also, like, here's the thing that, like, I wish people had told me when I, like, was younger and was, like, interested in older guys or whatever. It wasn't until I started dating my boyfriend, who he's like 3.5, almost 4 years older than me. He was like, we were friends for 1.5 years before, and he was like, he's like, I can't date someone who's your age, like at all. Like he was so grossed out by that until we really got to know each other. And he didn't tell any of his friends how old I was because he was like, it makes me look so gross. Like I hate the idea of like how young I was. He's like, I feel like predatory, even though again, I was well over I was like 22 when we started dating. Yeah. But he was like, no, me at 22. And like, I just like, I don't like that. And didn't tell any of his friends how old I was. Yeah. Until like, and most of them, until this year, all of them were like, oh, wait, so when are you turning 30? I was like, about 4.5 years. And they're like, what?
I've got some time.
Yeah. And they're like, wait, what do you mean? I thought you were our age. I'm like, no, not at all. No. And so like, that's just the fact. And like, if you think about like, again, single guy friends I have, if you putting on a dating app, they're not going to take the age that low at all. And so you have to think about like, he's actively seeking out to date someone your age and it's not deterring him at all. Yeah. It's like, it's not about a connection for him. Like it's not, I don't know. I don't like that age gap, especially in your 20s.
I feel like it's easy to say like maturity plays a factor, and it does. Like I'm 27, my boyfriend's 32. He's the older. Yeah. Like that's the biggest age gap I've ever had with someone that I'm dating. I love it. I think that it's the best thing for me because women, we know we mature faster.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still more mature.
I'm way more mature than him. Like I don't care if he's in his 30s. But so like maturity does play a factor, but that age gap, you have to understand you are at completely different places in your life.
You've probably just graduated college.
Yeah.
Or might you're still be in college.
Yeah.
You're going to have like 3 mental breaks. You haven't even hit 25.
Yeah.
You haven't had a quarter-century life crisis.
You haven't dyed your hair platinum blonde yet. That was me last year.
I've done it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Me literally last year at this time. Yes. I was like, I'm platinum blonde now. Everything's fine.
Yeah. I used to just cry on my couch with a bottle of wine to myself naked under a large mink blanket.
I had bangs when my hair was straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when my hair was straight.
When did you have bangs? I've never seen these photos.
Yes.
See,
I've never seen them.
These are the trials and tribulations you have to go through before you can date a man in his 30s. You are not close.
No, he probably had like chlamydia at 22 and like was like sleeping on like friends' couches and bar hopping and doing all that. Yeah, it's just like, ew. Like his friends are probably like married with kids. Yeah. Like this is just not an attractive, like, I don't know. I understand age gaps and like how they do happen. But I think I think it happens when you're at a different place in life because it's not even just you, it's where you are and then where all of your friends are. Like your world is at a completely different place.
If you're 35 and he's 48, cool.
Yeah. Like, cool. You probably have all of your friends are married. His friends are married. You're in the same.
His friends are divorced and married again.
Exactly.
He's got 2 mortgages. Like he's good. You can hang out with him.
He's got a mortgage and you have student loans.
The 35-year-old or 34-year-old, whatever, that's like trying to stay at your place next to your 19-year-old brother.
Does he have a home? Weird. Like where does he live?
Weird.
It's gross and weird. Yeah. And again, if you can't lie and your brother won't believe, like, oh yeah, then he's too old for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry, but like my mom always says, if you want to put your big girl panties on and try to like be grown and be a boss, then you need to just own the fuck up to it.
Yep.
You have to face those consequences.
When your mom comes to you and is like, why are you dating this older man with no house, no Benz, and no job? You're going to have to explain that.
Because I wanted to, Mom.
Yeah.
Because he's nice to me.
Something tells me that your parents are helping you with the rent where you and your brother, so you don't want to miss out on that. So I think that just in general, like for young women, like just be careful at what you're willing to risk for a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need that cushion of your parents helping you with shit for as long as you can ride that out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And guys it's not, the good guys are, it's not going to be put in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like also your parents, like when they're like skeptical, they're not skeptical of necessarily everyone.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you mean my parents didn't like the drug dealer with 5 DUIs? Like, what do you mean? He's so nice to me. And it's like, and then you start dating a doctor and they're like, I love him. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all it took.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's a little different. Delinquent and doctor.
Yeah,
Like,
because, one writes prescriptions.
Yes.
most
Yes.
just sells-
It's a little different.
yeah.
Slight
So
change of pace.
you just like they're if you, like you said, if you want to be an adult, you have to kind of like face those consequences.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, I want to date someone older, but like, oh, please don't tell mom, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, no, then don't do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get in trouble for it, and if you don't want someone to know, like I was thinking, if you don't want someone to know something, then don't do the thing.
Yeah.
Like I will stand up for like I can be a fucking creep and a stalker, and if someone calls me out, I always go, hey, I'm not proud, but yeah, I definitely did that.
Oh,
I
I
definitely
definitely
did that.
own up to everything. I don't think that there's not many things that I've ever said that I regret
Yeah.
or done that I regret. I do exactly what I want to do. So, like I said, if maturity is going to be, because I can easily see the person who called in, like hearing this back and being like, but I'm very mature. Okay, well then
Then
go
tell your
sit down
parents.
next to your mom
Yeah.
and tell her that you fucking this old man
Yeah,
with no
and
fireplace.
then you're like, and it's cool because I have my own money and it's
Yeah.
fine, and I don't need your money, and I'm so mature. I've already paid off my student loans, and I'm good, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
and this is great.
then they have no reason to really worry. Like your parents, ultimately, helicopter mom or no helicopter mom, like your parents want what's best for you. They want for you to be happy. They want for you to be loved, and they don't want you to be taken advantage of.
So it's time for Don't Blame Them. This is when a caller or listener from a previous episode will call in with their own advice. So if they had something similar that's happened to them, they'll be like, "Here's my 2 cents."
Ooh.
So
what
this
do we
is
have?
from the episode with Kaylee Melissa.
Hi. I am calling in response of my own advice to the girl in the last episode who is starting law school, and she's really worried about being an introvert and networking and all that. I think one thing that she might be missing, because it sounds like she just started law school, is that they kind of do all these networking events and all this stuff up front, and then all of a sudden you are deep into law school, meaning you are super busy and you all have so much work to do. There's no time to go to these events. There's no time to really like go out and like make friends. You spend a lot of time in the library and also just alone working. It's very much the first year that feels like that. And everyone in your class will kind of bond over the fact that you're all genuinely miserable with the amount of work you have to do. It makes law school kind of really scary and sad, but it is a great way to like bond with people, and you'll find people that are really a lot like you because you have to spend all of this time together, working really, really hard. So I would say my advice for her is find a sanctuary in your own room, make it look really nice, really pretty, somewhere you can really escape to when you need it. And then also just hang in there. The networking stuff dies down after the first few months, and it'll kick back up at the end of your time there. But really just enjoy making friends over bonding over this horrible thing that is law school sometimes. It's really worth it in the end, so stick in there. But don't worry about all the networking right now, because you'll find the language, and law school networking is a little bit different. You're not just, talking about your shared interest in a certain field. It tends to be a lot of shop talk. And the more you go to law school and the more you learn, the easier it comes, just because you all end up kind of talking about things that you learned during your time, and also talking about how much you hate it. So yeah, I hope it's helped, not to sound too down on law school, but I really think that, it is worth it in the end, and it's a good experience. It's just not something that, you need to worry about right up front. Okay, bye.
Wow, law school sounds terrible.
Yeah. But isn't
Legally
everything?
Blonde. Yeah, everything is terrible.
If it's something you love, then it's terrible love,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think the best way to bond with people is over things that you love and things that you hate.
That's how you become quickly. You're like, fuck that bitch.
We
like,
hate the same things.
It's so nice. It's an easy way for me to be like, okay, cool, we're the same.
That's how my boyfriend and I connected, because we made fun of the same people at the same party.
Yeah.
And
that's a good
I
time.
said it first, and he was like how I made the
Yeah.
Love Island
Yeah.
comment. It was
Yeah.
literally like,
oh my God, we fell in love just like
I'm
you
in
and your
love with you.
boyfriend.
Wow, great. Yes.
I love that. My boyfriend and I did that at a wedding. Someone was giving like a really heartfelt, quote unquote, heartfelt speech. And the whole time I was like, does it sound like he wants to fuck his sister? And I was like, and I literally look and everyone's crying. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so alone. And I look at my boyfriend, he goes, do they want to like fuck? I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad we're together. Like it was like, we're both just shitting on the same people.
Yes.
I was like, this is romance and true love. But I mean, I think it's great. I mean, not that I'm not paying attention to what you were saying, but I'm also equally impressed that there's 2 people in law school who listen to our podcast.
I know. Well, she's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's probably the lawyer.
It's my
that
lawyer.
Or it's the one that like commented on the video.
Yeah, maybe it was. But I think it sounds like a very stressful place. I will say Legally Blonde made it seem so fun.
Yeah, of course it did.
And
but
so pink.
networking just in general.
Yeah.
Like I used to have the worst networking anxiety because networking sucks.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Going up to somebody and like giving an elevator pitch, like who wants to do that? I just
don't
want to
think
meet
I've
people
ever done it.
while I'm drinking
Yeah.
at brunch.
Yeah.
Like let's talk about Aperol spritz that you're having. Let's talk about that.
Nice and bubbly, fun, love
I
it.
don't want to talk about like,
Yeah.
so what do you do?
Mhm. Everybody's there for
So-
the same thing, and
Yeah.
it's just like it doesn't really help.
Yeah.
anyone.
No.
All of you're trying to get the same thing out of it, and no one's
Yeah.
getting anything out of it.
And then at the end, it's like, so do you have a card? And I'm like, oh shit, I left them at home.
Promote your shit. Where can people find you?
Oh my God. This is awkward.
No, I can tell people too. I mean, I
Just-
can't recite it at all.
Instagram at the real Kamie, Kamie.
I like how you spell it.
People think it's Kamie, like Jamie.
What?
It's not.
Is that a name?
I was like,
I've been called Kamai.
but those are not names.
Yes,
are names.
exactly.
Kamie's
That's
a
what
name.
I keep saying. It's short for Cameron.
Yeah.
Kamie, the real Kamie. And then, of course, on Catfish, all the old eps.
So fucking
So
good.
good.
So good.
so
The
good.
first one you were on, I was like, Meghan, we have to get her.
Yeah,
on the
Rachel
show.
and Vance.
It was,
Did
she
you
was
watch the Chris
immediate.
Brown one?
No.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That-
God. Oh, God.
Jen and Chris, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
Got stories.
Wait. Did someone pretend to be Chris Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
And she was into it.
Yes.
What the fuck?
But it wasn't just her.
Multiple people were into it.
Yes.
I just can't. I'm just confused. I'm like, did I live in an alternate dimension where we all knew what happened? And like, were there all these other people who like lived in pods and they came out? They're like, no, he's cool. I'm into it. He's a great guy. Great solid dude.
Yes, of course I'm talking to him.
He's the like I would keep that a secret.
Yeah.
That would be my secret of being like, I want anyone to know.
I mean, I definitely have friends who have hooked up with Chris
I
Brown.
do too.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
It's like
so I was like, I mean, I could call them and they could call him and we could see, like, we could just end this episode right now.
that's
But at the end of the day, these people are actually talking to someone who cares about them.
yeah.
Hopefully on the other end.
Yeah.
So like you want to take that seriously, even if you don't believe that it's Chris Brown or DMX or
Or my favorite one, early
Tupac.
season one was Katie. One of the
yeah, Katy
Katy Perry one was so
Yeah.
good.
He
and
thought he
just-
was really talking to her.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys want to be on an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And international listeners, you can record an audio message and send it to us at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. You can check us out on our social, be listed down below. And don't blame meme pod on Instagram. Don't blame me.show. All of the other things. And that's it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Whatever struggles you are facing, from depression and anxiety to trauma and grief, Betterhelp can connect you with a professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions, as well as chat and text with your therapist. And anything you share is completely confidential. Best of all, it is a truly affordable option. Our listeners even get 10% off your first month with the discount code BLAME. So why not get started? Simply go to betterhelp.com/blame and fill out a questionnaire to get matched with a counselor you'll love today. Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melissa DeMonts. Camera operator Amanda Lechner. And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso, part of the HerPod Network.